book of Galatians 6 1 through 3, at which says, Dear brothers and sisters, if another believer is overcome by some sin, you who are godly should gently and horribly and humbly help that person back onto the right path. And be careful not to fall into the same temptation yourself. Share each other's burdens, and in this way obey the law of Christ. If you think that you are too important to help someone, you're only fooling yourself. You are not that important. And today I'm just grateful for my family and life and community. This I got into the book of Galatians last night, and it's a really interesting book. It's a book of Paul, scolding the Galatians and scolding Peter, and it's just as I delved into the history of it, it was an extremely interesting book. But even more so, if you pick out some of the parts of his letter to the Galatians, it gives you some really good life lessons. You know, this one in particular, what I chose, I just chose it because it was a good reminder about being a community, and you know, um, about trying to overcome sin together as a group, you know, and about helping each other to overcome sin, but at the same time not falling into the same temptation because now in your position to help somebody, you're exposing yourself to it, you know? And it was just a very interesting read. And one of the things that stood out to me to the end was where the Word of God tells us that if you think you are too important to help someone, you're only fooling yourself. You are not that important, and it was just a reminder that that God didn't just place God, even though God gave each of us a purpose, all of our purposes intertwined with each other, and there's none of us who has a greater purpose than the other. In the eyes of the Lord, all of our purpose is great, and that was something that I needed to hear, I needed to understand. So I glad that I had the opportunity to share. So thank you guys again for giving me the opportunity to be on stage. I'm Kerry, and I relinquish my mic.